tuning into the world's most dangerous show. It's the recap with the GoodFellaz Show. We back in the building. It's your boy Tommy Gunz, aka International Guns, along with the GoodFellaz, the homie Big A. What up?
What's going on, everybody? It's your man Big A, and I'm here to let you know if you want to smell good, get that YSL. Why?
The priest, the prophet, the goon himself, Shah Montana, in the building.
You already know it's Leonardo da Vinci, aka Marlon Brando, aka whatever. I got mad AKAs. I just want to let everybody know I'm not rich, I'm irresponsible.
Okay.
And I'm fantastic.
All right. Shout out to the homie Dav Noble. He couldn't make the show. He's off doing GoodFellaz things. He will be back next week. And shout out to the homie Karev Yah of Heritage Hip Hop, representing for the culture. He will be in the building in just a few minutes. And of course, it wouldn't be a show without the homie, Beyond Mayhem Media's own Sayjin behind the boards, doing what he does. So now that we got the introductions out the way, what's good, everybody? The bad guys is in the building. We talking that talk. We talking about everything that's going on. And tonight is not an exception. Apparently, shout out to all her fans out there across the country. The rock star herself has finally passed away. We're talking about the Queen of England. Yo, and first of all, I actually thought she was already dead. No offense to all our fans out there, but yo, I was checking the news feed. They're like, yo, the Queen passed. I'm like, wait, what? I don't know. I remember at one point she got COVID. I thought it had been a wrap for her. You know, not that it really matters, because at least to me, I was never one on the whole royal family gossip soap opera thing that was going on. I remember when Meghan Markle became whatever she was, everybody's like, yo, oh my God, I'm like, oh, all right, that's what's up. So
I believe she became a princess, I think.
Yeah, so I'm like, wait, you got a queen and a prime minister, and the queen actually doesn't do anything. I was like, got it. So, but anyway, the queen passed away. So, if you're a fan of the royal family, maybe you're feeling a certain type of way. I mean, on the one hand, I'm sad that anybody passed away, but was never really into that whole royal family mess. But anyway, we're going to talk about the queen passing. What do we do? Do we care? Is it worth mentioning? Is it a moment in history? Is that whole situation just past its prime about a couple hundred years? But before we go any further, I have to introduce the voice of the streets himself, Karev Yah of Heritage Hip Hop. What's going on?
Peace and blessings, everybody. How's everyone doing? Make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment. Stay tuned.
Well, we know you had to take a couple minutes to compose yourself after finding out that the queen passed, so we do appreciate that you could actually made the show. So first things first, Big A.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel about the news that the Queen of England passed? Do you care? Is it a moment? Is it worth acknowledging? Did you even know she was still alive? How you feeling about it?
Here's the thing. She was actually supposed to do a live present. She had a stand-in. Not a stand-in. She was supposed to make an appearance tomorrow after being diagnosed. Like, she's done some appearances since she had been diagnosed with COVID, and it went over that earlier this morning on the news. I was watching the news earlier this morning when I found out everything, and it was with some dignitaries from another country. So it was kind of like almost like a mandatory thing. She's supposed to appear, and then unfortunately, I don't take anybody's death lightly, so it sucks. Somebody dies. So, but she's the leader of a different country, the one that actually was a patriarch of this country. People left from that country to come over here, start this country.
Enslaved like half the world at one point.
Exactly. And she's actually the longest monarchy in their history. The longest ruling monarchy in their history. So of course this is literally, we're living through history again, another historical event. Shout out to all the crazy things that have happened. we were witnessing pandemics, queens dying, Jaws,
Towers.
all types of stuff. According to the news this morning, they were trying to allow the family from all over to come back and show their respects prior to announcing that the Queen had passed away. That was the cliche thing. I saw right through it this morning. I was like, she's dead. When they announced it, I was like, yeah, she's dead. They was like, well, we're hoping that. I was like, nah, dog. You telling people telling the folks that the Queen's people are coming back to England. So whatever they were doing, if it was business or whatever, now everybody had dropped what they had to do to come back. That means she died. I read right through that. I was like, nah, she ain't make that, dog. That's what they're making everybody come back.
Yeah.
It wasn't asking. They made them all come back. Yeah, she died. Yeah, she died. So, but yeah, man, I just think that, we're living through history. It's another historical thing. Another, not in a positive light, but yeah, that's what I think about the Queen. I mean, I can't say long live the Queen, unfortunately, because he passed away, but no pun intended, but yeah, so we're about to find out, how this is going to change England and in the world, because remember, they have an effect on the world. They still have their hands in a lot of different countries, and we can see how this is gonna we're gonna see how this is gonna play out across the board. It's gonna be something to watch.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I mentioned it earlier, but I already thought she was dead, honestly. I didn't realize she was still alive. So, and I swear, listen, she's like 119 years old. I swear, after the COVID, she been dead. I think they did like a weekend at Bernie's where they just had like some old lady and they just been carrying her around and posing her up at different places. Like, I don't know, man. Like something was, I think they've been weekend at Bernie's though, because I don't know. I'm just saying. But the days of kings and queens, it's a wrap, yo. So that was just a further cementing an end of an era. Once upon a time, man, like I said, England used to rule half this world by force. Hundreds of years ago as we're talking, but it's at this point, it's just like a soap opera. I always find it weird that people, even in America, they're like, oh, the royal family. Remember Meghan Markle was whatever she was? I'm like, yeah, she kind of bad, but yeah,
she's definitely bad. I give her that. She definitely bad as hell.
Like, oh yeah, absolutely.
She's definitely bad as hell. Like,
man, she made white dude renounce his whole throne.
Hell yeah, he said the hell with my family.
He's
I
like, yo,
this chocolate. I love this chocolate.
He's like, I ain't getting rid of this ass and hot sauce. Like, yo, I'm out. I always thought it was just like a big soap opera to be so interested in their lives when they're just, I don't know, they just were not a major part of any part of my life personally. But that's just me. But Shah Montana, I know you are devastated by the news, man. Tell us how you feeling right now.
I'm of course, my heart goes out to the family and stuff, but I don't really care. To be honest, like nobody that's made a difference in my life one way or the other. Like I said, it's a sad thing for them. I'm not totally cold to it, but I'm also not really affected by it.
Yeah. The whole idea of kings and queens is, to me, is just archaic in 2022. When I hear kings and queens, I really, especially from Europe, I immediately think of just like all the bad shit that transpired to the rest of the world. So, I don't know what in this day and age a king or a queen or anybody in the royal family ever like accomplished. Like maybe they're like it's a ceremonial position, but it's not like they were making laws or negotiating peace treaties. They were kind of like a figurehead for a time long past to me.
Yeah.
Karev Yah, what do you think about the Queen passing? Are you in any way moved by her passing? Do you care? How do you feel about it?
To be generally honest, it's sad when anybody passes away. Somebody lost their mom, somebody lost their grandma, somebody lost a family member. So my heart goes out to them on that level. We gotta be honest though, we're talking about colonialism personalized in the world. You know what I'm saying? So let's be real. I don't know English affairs. I don't know any of that stuff, and I don't want to be disrespectful to who she is as far as regards to that country. But we're talking about the lineage of people who said, let's go out from our country, kill a whole bunch of people, and make that country or those countries give us money based on the death that we've caused. I don't give a fuck if she shook Janet Jackson's hand. I don't care about nothing entertainment wise. I focus on what happens to people unfairly in this world. Let us all remember this. Like I said, I'm not gonna down her. I have none but respect of life. But this is the person who people think allegedly put out the hit for Princess Diana to get killed. Okay? This is the person who supposedly has a lot of islands in the Caribbean under guard, and they had to fight to get their independence away from England because of this. This is also a person, just like their prime minister, who just, with the bad haircut, who just stepped down, had to deal with Europe and Brexit. This is the same person whose crown represents not only a genocidal outreach of the world, but what has this person ever done to solve any of the issues of hatred, racism, suppression, or anything that came from the crown? They want all of us in our country to feel bad. And like I said, you should respect life. But you have people in their own country talking about how they were not fans of the crown, especially after Princess Diana got killed. So let's be real. Should you care if a world leader dies? Of course, because you don't know what kind of nut-ass person could get into the office or position and cause like a world war. You never know. You never know. So do I care personally? No. But I do have respect of life, and I know that, hey, 2022, anything can happen. So, I'll leave it like that. I respectfully rest in peace. But realistically, what happens now?
Will our lives change? Probably not. She had a opportunity a couple years ago, as we talked about earlier with Meghan Markle, when she became part of the royal family, to kind of, I don't want to say make amends, because you can't make amends, but at least, say, hey, this is the direction we're going in the future. And whatever happened, they ended up pushing, the one black chick that was about to be royalty ended up bouncing from the country and renouncing her throne. So something was up with that, so I don't know the details. Like I told you, I think she's been Weekend at Bernie's for the last couple months, but let's not act like she was this figure. She wasn't Mother Teresa bringing peace to the earth. The one person of color who actually could have made a transition to a new era of the royal family bounced for unknown reasons, and her son renounced all titleship. So something's up with that.
Listen,
not knocking her.
I just want to say this. I don't mean to interrupt, but like they came out and said it what it was. It was racism. Let's not play semantics. It is what it is. It's historical facts. They really don't like people of color. They really shun that over there. I mean, the colonial ways are still intact in the mind frames of most of the population over there, because of the monarchy that's there and the same rulership that started hundreds of years ago still there. So I mean, their views, some socially have been socially accepted, but overall, man, come on, man, this young man who was close to being next to the throne will renounce his right to be on the throne because of the racism that he faced with the woman that he fell in love with, and she happened to be a woman of color. Let's be realistic. They didn't move halfway across the world for nothing. They didn't even stay in the same region.
Went to the enemies, literally the people who were like, F y'all, we started our own country. That's exactly where they went.
And not only that, he went on Oprah. They went on one of the biggest platforms in the world to tell their story about the racism that they were facing. They were facing as a couple and their children, and the things that they were saying about their children. They feared for the children's lives as knowing what happened to his mother. His mother, quote unquote, had a mysterious car accident. That was bull. You know, I can't prove it. None of us here can prove it. That's hearsay. But come on, man.
We know what's up.
Yeah, like come on. Like she had the power to do anything. Like she was the queen of one of the most powerful country, not the biggest country, but one of the most powerful country on the planet right now.
Yeah.
It is what it is. They put it all in their media, not just in the tabloids, but in their mainstream media. So like there were things that were said that were actually printed that the queen could have interject and not allowed it to be print, but she allowed it. So therefore, if you're not a part of something, but you don't stop it, you're technically a part of something because you're allowing it. If you have the power to stop it. And she had the outright power to stop a lot of things before it went to the press.
It was absolutely racism. You're right. Like, it is what it is. They don't even want black hobbits in Lord of the Rings. They wasn't trying to have no black queen. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even want black characters in the fantasy stuff. Like, there's no way they were gonna let Meghan Markle anywhere near that throne. And we see the results of that, man. You know, and you think we bullshitting? Like, listen, this is a funny story, right? I was reading the news. Quick segue. They've been review bombing. That's a thing. Review bombing Rings of Power series on Amazon Prime. And they had to stop reviews because people are so mad that a few of the characters, they actually have black elves. Come on! And people are just not having that. So if that's going on, do you think they really wanted a black queen of England who was bad?
And like you said, and bad. Bad. Word.
It's one thing if she was just whatever. They're like, and she was bad too, which means more press and publicity and inspiring. They wasn't having that.
They was like, we not going back to the dark ages again.
Weekend from Burn, she probably woke up for about 5 minutes, like, no. And then she died. Well, anyway, that's how we're feeling about the Queen of England's passing. And like I said, we're just joking. Whenever somebody passes, it's always a sad thing. And, we just have our point of view. Some people, hey, you might love the royal family. Maybe, we're just Americans. So maybe she made some, in her 137 years on this earth, maybe she made some things happen and made moves in England and made the world a better place. We don't know. All we know is what we know. And this is what we're talking about here in the recap with the GoodFellaz Show. So, like I said, man, RIP to the Queen. And not that I'm interested, but we'll see. Maybe it's like the weird semi-bald looking guy who's going to be the prince, or maybe, who knows? But I don't know. He don't he got no swag. I just want, not that I'm into kings or queens. I guess before we wrap this up, but if we're gonna acknowledge kings and queens in the world, can't they have some swag? Can't they be like T'Challa from Black Panther? I want to see him be like, yeah, he banging some bitches. I don't know. I look at this dude, I'm like, he look creepy. That's just how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the queen about to wake up again and get us for that. But you know what I mean? But anyway. Let's move on to another subject before they put a Princess Diana hit on us for our comments.